Good morning, fellow Forex traders. Hope everybody's doing good. Had a good night, having a good day so far. It's Tuesday, November the 15th. We've had news, CPI news here in the U.S. That was 8:30 Eastern time this morning, about almost 2 hours ago. And it's driving the market and the currencies as well. As you can see on the pound dollar, I don't know why this is so small. There we go. There we go. Much better. You can see the pound dollar, the last 2 hours. Those are 1 hour candles. See, we had a buy, didn't have a buy opportunity on the 1 hour. And the 4 hours took out the high, and we've got resistance coming up in about 250 pips. So there should be some retracement on this before we go higher. I think this was too far away to get in, even on that one. That low was 86. No, it wasn't. That one was good. Now that one wasn't good. It was too far away, but that one was good. It was within the 40, and you'd be banking money right now easily. This is going to get retraced. We just don't know when. But I think if it's going to go higher, there's going to have to be a retracement before they push it up another 250 pips. And that's on the pound dollar. The Aussie yen, which I was in yesterday, already took half off, and I've taken the rest of it off when it gets to right here, or right before it gets to right there, I should say, before it gets to right there, because that's resistance. So I moved my stop up above the high of this candle right there. I don't think it's going to retrace that much. Like I said, there's resistance right there. That's probably where it's heading, and resistance a little bit higher when it takes out that high. So I think there's going to be some kind of pullback before it gets to there. Now I could get to this one today. Won't get to that one today. Pound CAD. It's coming up to resistance in about, still got a ways to go, don't it? Oh yeah. So that one's not going to happen. I don't think it'd even get there to this year, I don't believe. Too far to go. Pound CAD. It ran away. I think the only opportunity you had was 68.39. That is 43 pips. 42 pips actually. So yeah, when the 40 is the number, when it gets down close to 40, look to get in. And of course that's your risk right there, would be the 42 pips. The pound yen, it's done the same thing, coming up to resistance up here. Hadn't got up there yet, but it's got a ways to go for that too. Again, these are going to get retraced some before they go higher. Let's see, the pound yen, that's the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Both of those are up at resistance now, or getting close to it. It's not there yet, so it could still push up. Euro New Zealand, it got it on the 1 hour. It got to sell, run away. It needs to push up before you can sell it. It's got to push up into here, and that's probably not going to happen. If it could get within 40, which would be about 30, 82, 30. Yeah, see, It's got to get up into here. And I don't think that's going to happen today, because that's a big retracement. So this thing could run away. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yep, same thing. Not really a retracement. It's going to have to push up too. You're going to have to push up to be able to get in on the sell. And the pound New Zealand, same way. You got to push up to get in on the sell. New Zealand yen has made a big push up. There could be a retest of this before it goes higher. And there's a resistance up here. I think we're at highs. Yeah, it's still 280 away. So it could come back and get a retest before it goes higher, which is only about 25 pips away from where it's trading right now. Yeah, the 4 hours got the same picture on the New Zealand yen. The Euro Aussie has broke away. Again, you got to have a retrace up in here to sell, so there's nothing to do on it. Don't chase these things. Don't chase them. Euro CAD is making a 1 hour sell, but it's got 51, 100 and 250 to go to its resistance, so that could get there before the end of the year. But there should be a retracement on these, possibly back down into here before it goes higher. Pound Aussie, it did sell off. You had a chance to get in, which I got in a little bit. I didn't get that high, but that's okay. The risk was still low, but I've already taken off half of my position. I just need a place to move my stop. I'm at break even right now, because originally that was my stop. I'm at break even plus $2 from my entry up here, so hopefully it doesn't retrace back up to that. I can handle it retracing up into here, and then it sell off and it take out that low. Then I got a place to move my stop down to. So that's going to take a while. It's an hour candle, so it's going to take a while. The CAD yen, then a sell, and it's done the same thing. It's trying to push up. The next, I think it was a little ways up. Yeah, 110.80, still 100 to the upside away. That's the sell right there, which I got out of when it poked down on the news, because that's resistance, and you see what happened. It resisted. It went down a little bit further, about 10 more pips. But I had my target right up in here. It's actually above it, about 8 pips. So I'm out of the position because I'd already taken half off yesterday, or last night I should say, an Asian session. Got half of it off. See, I didn't get in up here. That already happened. I didn't get in till up here, so I missed that. Otherwise I'd been out already the whole position, but it did give me a second opportunity, so I took it, and it's closed, so I'm not in the CAD yen anymore. The Euro yen, it's continued pushing up. Its next resistance is a good ways up, so there's going to be a retracement on these. I would think that wick is going to get filled, which means it's going to come back down into here where we could look for a buy opportunity and then a push higher. Odd yen, same thing. It's got resistance about a little over 100, 110. That's not going to happen today though, but it could happen during the Asian session or during Europe session, so I'm going to put in a sell about 10 pips before this number, because sometimes it doesn't go right to it. I want to make sure I get in and have a sell opportunity to come back down. So I've put in a sale up there. So hopefully it's going to get hit tonight before I get up in the morning and wake up and it's in some money. So that's everything. Be out of the Aussie dollar when it gets up to here. I've got it 10 pips before that, because sometimes again it doesn't get right to it. So if it gets within 10 pips of it, it should hit my final target. That's the final target. And if this thing does continue pushing up and doesn't retrace that candle, then I'm moving to stop up to there. I don't want to give back a bunch of that, because right now I'm right above this high up in here, and I want to be able to move it. The pound CAD, looking for a short opportunity on here. I think some of this is going to be retraced, but it's not going to be short-lived. So I've got to look for an opportunity on a 1 hour sell, as is the New Zealand yen. Going to be looking for sales on it. So if you're new here to my channel, welcome and thank you for coming. I appreciate if you'd hit the subscribe button. I had done live streaming for a little over a month. Really didn't have anybody come in. So my time's valuable just like yours is. So I decided to go back to just doing the videos. But if I go get an overwhelming response to come back to live streaming, then I will do that. I have everything still set up for that. So it'd be an easy transition. And if you do hit the subscribe button, you're also going to have to hit the notify me, and it'll notify you when I am on live streaming or have a video. And it'll click up, YouTube will send you a message saying, hey, there's a new video or is now live streaming. And that's the easiest way to be able to do it. So if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to go to my YouTube channel. And under the videos, there's a comment section. You can ask questions or comments in there, either one. I'm on Monday through Thursday doing videos, but I will be doing a short video on Fridays now until I go back to live streaming. And if I'm doing live streaming, then I won't be doing Fridays. I'll just be doing Monday through Thursday, because I don't do trades on Friday, because the big boys don't trade on Friday. And you say, how do I know that? All you have to do is look at the volume. It's the one day a week where the volume is the least, except for non-farm payroll. It's basically cut in half or more a lot of times. And so you have to say, well, why has the volume died down? It's because the big boys aren't there. They've gone for a 3-day weekend to the Hamptons or wherever they have their 4th and 5th houses. So if they're gone, I don't need to be there, because all you're doing is fighting against the average Trader Joe. Fridays are typically stop run days for the market makers. So you're fighting against them, so no need to do it. I just come on to do the video because I may have to move my stop, profit targets, and the second half of the position I'm in. Or there could be a potential trade setup. That too. There's not a trade setup every day. I do swing trading, for those of you who don't know. I use 1 hour and 4 hour charts, and I also look at the daily for the trend direction. But there can be a trend direction trick quickly, like you see right here. So I had one person who sent me an email. And apparently my email is below the comment sections too, which is okay. and they asked on the in the email, they asked, how come I don't post wins and losses and break-evens like a lot of these others on YouTube's? Well, I've said this before, and I had to respond because apparently he had not been on here before. And those that are on YouTube, it's very deceiving because they post whether it's how many trades they've had daily, wins, losses, break-evens, weekly, monthly, and I've even seen a couple that had for the year that was on there. Well, that's all they post. Now, the deceiving part is, let's say, for instance, they've done 50 trades in a month. Some's done more than that. Some do 50 trades in a week, which I would strongly advise against. The more you're in the market, the greater the risk becomes of your capital. But if they do 50 trades in a week, and let's say they have a good record, say they have 38 wins, 10 losses, and 2 break-evens. Now, somebody who finds that channel and looks at that, they go, wow, these guys are great. I mean, they're almost 4-to-1 win percentage. But what it doesn't tell you is how many pips did they get of those 50 trades. And the brokerage houses say of all their traders, no matter who you trade with, whether it's Thinkorswim, Awanda, Goldman Sachs, any of those, they say on average on currencies, on Forex, that the average trader takes 8 to 10 pips per trade. And on stocks, it's 10 to 15 cents per trade. Now, if you average that out, if you can get them to give you the total pips, if they don't show it, for those 50 trades, you divide it up, and more than likely you're going to get that average of 8 to 10 pips. Because whenever they get that, they have to move their stop because they can't give it back what they got in. And they usually get stopped out, and they have to find another trade to be able to get in. And again, they can make 8 to 10 pips, so they've made that back, what they got. But mine, on the other hand, can be, like I said, that's where it's deceiving, because you don't know, yes, they've got a winning record, but how many pips do they get? Oh, mine could be deceiving. I'm going to give you a worst case scenario. Let's say you find my channel, whether by searching or somebody told you about it. And I've had, we'll use the same month. I'm not going to have 50 trades in a month, more than likely. But let's say I've had, let's do 30. I'm not even sure I'm going to have that many in a month. But we're going to make the numbers easy. I've had 30. So let's say I have won, of the 30 trades, I've lost 20. Had no break-evens, and I won 10. Well, you're going to go to that channel and you're going to see that, he's crappy. He's got a losing record. 10 or 20, don't want to follow him. But what it doesn't show you is how many pips I get per trade. Which I do whenever I enter a trade. I immediately enter my stop loss and take off half of the position. It would be anywhere from 30 to 60 pips depending on which currency it is. Like the New Zealand yen is 30 pips. I take half off at that. The second half, then I move it up, depending on what it does. And most of the time this is what it does. Say for instance I got into this, which I did right there. I didn't get that one. I wished I had. I already took off half the position, but I would have got stopped out. Because I would have moved my stop from there to here, it would have got us stopped out here. But then it gave me a new entry, take off half the position. When it pushes up, after it makes that low right there and pushes up higher, takes out the previous high, then I can move the stop up, same thing, move it up, and then you finally get stopped up. But that's the place I would have took it off right there, because that's a yearly pivot, major resistance, and you see what happened. So I would have took it off there, so I'd have never got stopped out down there. But in the meantime, let's see, this low is 89.11. I got 89.16. I didn't get the exact low. I'm sorry, 89.11 is what I got. The low was 2. So I didn't get the exact low, and most of the time I don't ever get the exact low. Occasionally, but not too often. So 89.11 up to 75. So you got 60 pips on the second half of the position. You got 30 on the second half of first half of the position. So that's 90, and that's just on one trade. So let's go again, a worst case scenario. That's all I get is 90 on each trade. So I had 10 wins, 90 pips. So I had 900 total pips of winners. And my losses are going to be anywhere from, well, I've been able to get my stop loss as low as 4.5 pips. That's all I had to risk. And the most I've ever had one was 26. But most of the time it's around 10 to 15. And so that, of the 20 trades, I lost 15 pips, let's say, on average. Again, worst case scenario. So that is 400. Is that correct? No, it's 300. So that's 300 pips that I lost on, 900 that I gained on. So I had 600 pips of profit with 10 wins. That's why those numbers are deceiving. You have to find out from, if you've been following somebody else on YouTube, how many pips did you have in those number of trades, total trades, and they may or may not tell you. The first thing you need to look at is up here. If they're trading a live account, it's going to say a live account. If it doesn't say that, it's a demo account. So that's the first thing you need to look at. And the second thing is the one you need to ask if they show wins and losses and break-evens, which a lot of them do. Like I said, if they're willing to give you that information of how many pips total they got for those 50 trades, then just divide those 50 trades into the number of pips that they tell you. And more than likely it's going to be that 8 to 10 pips on average per trade. So why would you want to take that when you have this opportunity to do better? You got to just get in the trade where there's low risk trade. I have the good fortune of I'll show you right here if it's right. This doesn't show up. These are what I created. Well, I didn't create. I come up with the formula, but I had to have a friend of mine who does work in the JavaScript field, writing code for computers. So I had to get him to be able to do this for me, to let it, so it would figure out. This thing alerts me. I have it on at nighttime. I even get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I've been sleeping. If I hear the alert, I get up and look at it and say, okay, yep, that's an opportunity. So I'm going to do another video. This is being recorded. Somebody's at it, so I'm going to have it recorded. It'll be available this afternoon.